All right, hi, I'm Jack. I'm a senior at University of Denver, and I'm going to be talking about the alienation of Mars and space colonization, South by Southwest section that I saw today. So there were three experts there, and they talked primarily about the colonization of Mars, but also the potential ethical issues that come along with that, and challenges in general. So the session kind of started by them talking about what a suit would look like, what some of the things that were technology that we would need in order to get to Mars at the moment. The biggest issue is radiation and the types of radiation that are outside the Earth's atmosphere. The Earth has basically a magnetic field that protects it from radiation and harmful radiation that can penetrate our cells and cause harmful damage and mutations, etc. And can even cause harmful mutations that get passed on to generations following. So there's a lot of different, I think they called it species of radiation outside of Earth, and we don't actually know exactly what those are. We're not really familiar with what their effects are to human cells, but a lot of them are there and can be very damaging to cells, and that's actually one of the things that scientists are studying right now by growing human tissue cells in labs and then exposing them to those species of radiation that are only found outside of the Earth's atmosphere. So that's one of the things they're doing, but the kind of target is 2035 for Mars. That's what they're hoping when they're hoping to have humans there. There's still a lot of research that needs to be done on the proper spacesuits and everything. We're also, there's rovers, the Curiosity and Perseverance are both on Mars right now, and their primary job is to look for life. There's been some evidence of potential microbes that feed on methane, but we don't know for sure whether that's fruitful at this point. And they've done a bunch of studies actually in terms of switching topics back to the effects that radiation has on DNA, but not only radiation, there's also the pressure and other things, other problems that you can run into when you're in space. And they did a twin study with Mark Kelly and his brother, and they're identical twins, and they had one of them spent a year in the International Space Station, and then the other spent a year on Earth. And they kind of measured their levels and did MRIs and CAT scans of their health and biometrics, and they observed some pretty big differences, including within gene expression. There's also some marked changes within the brain that they noticed, kind of this weightlessness and microgravity that accumulates in the body and in the cells, and it can be hard for vision. It can be hard for reacclimating to Earth's gravity. It can make your muscles weaker, definitely, and also develop different muscles for dealing with that kind of gravity. But basically, there's this disease called SANS. I actually don't know exactly what kind of disease or if it even is a disease, but it's called SANS, and it's basically increased pressure within your brain that they've noticed from astronauts. And then other things like what they're doing now is they're trying to grow food on the moon and trying to figure out the best ways that we can do that, as well as potentially reproducing on Mars in case we ever need to leave Earth when it's destroyed by climate change and various other things. The idea is we want to have that second option of living on Mars, but there's still a bunch of problems. There's also ethical challenges. A lot of people are considering terraforming Mars, and that has a bunch of ethical implications, as well as just gene editing to make humans better able to adapt in space. Then there's also the thought that it may only be for rich people. Rich people may be the only ones that will be able to leave Earth, and actually colonize Mars. But so that really wouldn't be an upside of it.